All right, Clay. I want to point out a few things on this video. Now, when it slows down right here, I want you to watch your glove. I want you to get this glove more underneath your rib cage. That's a good position, but right there, that needs to, once you pull that glove back, it's going to bring your right arm and your right side forward more, driving more towards the plate. It's kind of like you're punching a punching bag. You know, when you punch your right arm forward, your left arm needs to go back like a piston, driving that elbow back towards the second base. You know, if you take that left elbow right there, right now, and drive it really hard back towards second base, what it's going to do is it's going to pull your right side forward. Now, when he brings this is Roger Clemens. Now, when he brings his elbow towards the target, it pulls. You see how his glove pulls back? Okay, now if you watch as he goes forward with his right arm goes forward and ends up on the left side of his knee. Now, as he's coming forward, if you really watch this and go back and watch it, you know, see how your arm that time went between your legs. Now it's on this side, on the left-hand side. You know, it's got to be consistent. His arm action is what it should be. I mean, we're talking about Roger Clemens. Now I'm going to show you him again. See how far back you reach. You know, go back and look and see how far back he reaches. See how far over to the left your head is, and how you're kind of falling towards third base. I want you to kind of be going towards, you know, and realistically you'll be moving more towards the catcher when you allow your momentum to go forward with your right side. If you pull back that left side really hard towards the second base, it's going to pull your right side over better. You'll see him again. You know, this is Roger Clemens again. See how everything goes forward. He keeps his head above his knee. He's stepping towards home. He'll pull over just a little bit, but he stays closer to that center. Well, we're talking about the center. Now, you know, if you look at the a position here from the back heel through the spine, you know, you want to make sure that your nose is leaning over your knees a little more. See how far back on the left this guy is? The right-hand side is what we want. We want you leaning forward. Now, one thing I would like to see this kid do better is to really let his left arm, and it would be just the opposite for you, go a little bit longer in as he comes up, push his hands down as his knee comes down, and see the hitter can see the ball right there. I'd like him to hide the ball a little better. Now you look at the angle and angles of his shoulder and see how far over the guy on the left. It's the same person, it's just a different lesson. You see how far away from the knee. You see how far leaning over to the right he is. Camera hasn't moved. Also see the angle of his shoulders. You know, as he's leaning over more towards third base, you would be leaning more towards first base if you think about it, because it's totally opposite. This kid's left-handed, you're right-handed. You know, you want your head to be more over your knee and closer to that center line versus over towards first base. So this is a good illustration. Even his glove needs to be closer to that center line. So when he pulls that glove back towards second base with his follow-through, everything is geared towards going towards the target. I don't think you can look at Roger Clemens enough as far as his mechanics. Here's another look at mechanics from the front side, and then I'll show you from the back side. Okay, and I want you to go back to this video quite often because it's got a lot of information on there for you. Now I've pulled these from other resources off of YouTube for you to review. Now this is a pitching coach, and he has very good mechanics. See how he's coming head over his knee? You know, obviously if he was a little younger, he'd have a little bit more flexibility, but hey, that's what happens to us when we get a little bit older. But he's got very good mechanics, and what he's showing is more of a picture perfect type mechanic that is really good for kids to emulate. Look at this video over and over again. Again, look from the back side. He's keeping his load simple. It can be whatever you want it to be, but he's keeping it very simple and driving his chin, his chest towards home. Good arm action, good follow through, and that's going to keep you simple and free from injury. And we'll see you next time.